Hello, Dorothy. It's really great to see you and to speak with you right now. And I know we're going to talk about awareness. I've known you since 2002. And all that time, I know that awareness has been a big focus and care for you. And I'm just wondering if you could tell me a little bit about what you've learned on this journey of awareness.
Well, Renee, I just want to also just say hello and welcome you. You know, as much as I teach about presence, I always remind myself that presence is relational. And I feel this relational moment in our history and you knowing my work, but also you being a witness to seeing how I've been working with awareness. So first of all, I've been such a student of awareness that even my email is aware works. So if you're aware, it works, which is interesting little already quick definition. But awareness is this very powerful, momentary way of knowing that could be interior knowing or knowing we recognize something. We have a moment of recognition and we know something. It's a momentary holding of deep knowing. And we could breathe into it, and it really has kind of an aha feeling. Oh, we know something. And of course, what's important about that is more than ever in this time, 21st century, we're being bombarded by so many things to know that the challenge now of awareness is, are we paying attention to what we really want to be aware of? And so awareness actually has gotten more relevant and important to understand. So that's a little intro into awareness and why it's so important for leaders, for consultants, and we executive coaches who coach leaders. So thank you.
You're welcome. Now, I know you're about to make an offer around awareness, especially for coaches and consultants and leaders. And will you share with me what that offer is?
Well, just like what we say, the core truth about coaching is that we need a sturdy and safe environment for the kind of self-exploration that invites the vulnerability needed for learning. The same is true for coaches, consultants, and leaders. And so over the years, I offer these workshops where we get to do a deep dive in being able to recognize, in this particular case, how do we, as whatever our particular focus is, coach, consultant, or emerging leader, how do we really hold the challenge of awareness and know how to use awareness? Because here's the truth about awareness. It's not as simple as I'm trying to make it sound, because awareness is covered by our beliefs, our values, our shoulds, sometimes a resistance that may have served somewhere in our life that can become outdated. Like, one key focus of awareness is the awareness of a creative moment, which is a life urge. And without creativity, we're bored. And not only that, it's critical for learning and evolution. Well, we may have a lot of reasons why we are afraid to take that creative move or that creative awareness. God forbid we could fail, or who am I to take that risk? And so one of the things about awareness is managing our outdated resistances, also knowing the difference between who am I, my presence, my different dimensions of awareness, which I wrote about in the path of Gestalt, a path towards awareness IQ. But the second part of it, which I love so much, is how do we understand how to be effective as an awareness agent in our use of self. And this is the part, Renee, that wherever I go anywhere in the world is, how strong can I be? How bold can I be in my work? How delicate can I be? For some people, it's bold to be delicate, and for some people, it's bold to be strong. It's delicate to be strong. And all of us are challenged to use our strengths, our soft parts, in the service of working with our clients or working with our employees. There's nothing sadder than a leader who cannot use themselves to offer empathy because of some outdated should. And he or she may not be aware of what's holding them back. So our job, using awareness, is to help them become aware. Because here's the truth about awareness. We know that when people become aware, they have the resources within themselves to take action. Our job is not to make you do something. Our job is to support you in the awareness that catalyzes you forward. So it's a bit of a long answer. I'm excited. Thank you.
So I love this and your care about the coaches and developing them. And
Yeah.
I'm wondering, why is it so important for coaches to pay attention to this workshop and to this set of skills around awareness?
Mhm. Well, I think more than ever today, and whether you are a certified coach through ICF as we are, but the interesting thing about being a coach is that awareness is a very key ingredient in the change process. People all talk about awareness, but awareness is almost this very intangible phenomena. And working with awareness actually takes skills. And it's so powerful. So I believe after so many years of maybe the elusive challenge of it, they say it takes 100,000, attempts to really become good at something, and maybe 200,000 attempts before you really can have a level of mastery. I think this is very exciting for coaches, for consultants, for leaders to really have as a skill. And I think when people think about their presence and making a difference, this actually can override just existing knowledge, because working with awareness helps you be creative, adaptive, and resilient. And don't we all need that? So this workshop is an opportunity to look at that. Thank you. And we offer it, this is, I've offered it many times, but each time it depends who comes. And therefore, I thank you for this time, Renee, too. Your interest is very exciting. I'm aware that as you ask questions, I really get very excited to respond. So thank you.
You're welcome. And the last thing I want to ask, because the coaches, are one of the primary skills that we have to have is to be aware and to listen with that awareness, and also to help shift our clients' awareness. So besides learning some of those skills, is there anything else that the coaches and the consultants and the leaders just might walk away with
I'll tell you what's very powerful, and it doesn't ever get old. We live in a world where people kind of put their attention and focus on our exterior. But really, a very powerful thing to become aware of is the opportunity, the opportunity to get in touch with, what do I evoke in other people? Evoke, E-V-O-K-E. And we don't really have an opportunity to get that information, and yet it's so vital. So we look at this opportunity for our participants to have a wonderful chance to look at what do you evoke and how do you use yourself with awareness to provoke the kind of interventions that are going to give you success, that are going to give you not just success, satisfaction, even more than success, satisfaction for yourself, for the client, and for the work that needs to happen.
Dorothy, thank you very much. I'm so excited that you're offering this. I hope lots of coaches and consultants and leaders take you up on it. This is, more and more awareness is becoming something important for people to be in touch with. And I think you have a great gateway here for them to do that work. So thank you very much for answering my questions. I appreciate it.
So I would just close with, there's always more to say when appreciation is the door to another conversation. But as we close, I would invite people to look at my website, DorothySiminovitch.com. On the home page, you'll see a registration. Also on GestaltCoachingWorks.com. But the interesting thing I also want to say, we're living in a very challenging time, and we do offer a scholarship. So if anybody needs a scholarship, please don't hesitate to call me. I know that sometimes looking at the information on a website could be so foreign and daunting, and I want to make it easy for people to come. We can only take 12 to 16 people, so we only have a few spaces left, but thank you, Renee, because in our huge kind of amount of things to pay attention to, this moment with you, I'm aware that it feels special, and I thank you for our history and for our future.
Thank you.